to my channel. How's everyone doing? My name is Daffy, Nurse Daffy. But yeah guys, so this is my first YouTube channel, my first vlog. I'm new to this, so you guys cut me some slack. But I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I've always, never had time or just putting it off. But I had friends and family telling me to go ahead and get it started. So here I am, and hope you guys like it and come back for more. But yeah, just wanted to introduce myself there, tell you guys a little bit about myself. I'm a nurse, and I've been a nurse for over 4.5 years now. And it has been bittersweet, guys. Yes, it has. But we'll talk a little bit more about that later if you guys want to hear about it. I am married. I've been married for how many years? 5 years now. And I have a pet. Her name is Nala, spoiled little dog, but you guys will see her here and there. I'm also a plant mom. What else? What else do you guys want to know about me? Oh, I've recently been into lots of DIY, so I'll be showing you guys lots of those. I'm also into home decor, so doing a lot of that, and just gonna be showing you guys how that goes as well. I also have a little garden outside, and that's exciting because I have like lots of kale growing, guys. I have a tomato plant, but nothing's coming out yet, but I'll get you guys seeing how that goes as well. But yeah, that's a little bit about myself. With this video, I wanted to talk about bedside nursing because that's where I spent the last 4.5 years, and I know quite a bit about it. So I wanted to give some people some tips if you guys are looking for tips about what to expect from bedside nursing. I recently changed to home health, and it's been amazing. It's been great. So I will talk to you guys about that a little bit later, but for today, I have 10 things that I think you guys should know or to expect from bedside nursing. But yeah, guys, don't forget, after this video, you have to subscribe and at least like my video if you like it. But subscribe if you want to, get notified about some of my videos when I post some stuff, and you guys don't want to miss it because it's going to be fun. So hope you have fun. All right, guys, getting down to it. 10 things to expect from bedside nursing, guys. Okay, number one, I have, you're most likely going to experience or encounter people who eat their young. Yes, so I know you guys have heard about that. People who eat their young. Basically, yes, I experienced it. A lot of my, newer nurses 4 years ago, they experienced the same thing. I think a lot of people who do that, they don't really know they're doing it, or at least they don't mean to do it. It's just how, they've been nurses for 20, 30 years, and that's just what they know. They know they have to give you tough love, I guess. So you're gonna experience it. It's not anything like, oh, just me. Some hospitals, they really focus on preventing that because it does hurt people, coming right out of nursing school, and then you have these people trying to make you feel like you're nothing, like you know nothing. So they try to work on that, try to eliminate it, but it still exists, especially when you're gonna have preceptors. Those preceptors are supposed to be like your little, I don't know, your little parent at work. So they're supposed to show you everything but sometimes it just turns out to be something else. So guys, just know what to expect when you're going there. You're gonna have some people eating their young, but it'll calm down and you get over it. And then number 2, it says there's going to be drama and you can't avoid it. So yeah, I think this one is because there's lots of women, guys, and hormones, and it's just problems. So lots of women seeing each other every day. There's gonna be drama, okay? It just is what it is. You can't avoid it. I'm very reserved and quiet, and I stay to myself, but somehow it still comes to me. I would be at work in my corner charting, and someone comes to me and tells me some secret or drama, and I'm just like, I didn't tell you I wanted to know, but thanks. But at the same time, I know they're going around talking about me. I mean, there's nothing, I don't do anything, but you can just tell the drama, and when you hear the drama, you're just like, you guys have nothing better to do. But then I'm like, it's a bunch of women. I think we had like 2 guys on our floor, and I mean, what do you expect? It's just what it is. So expect it. It's gonna be some childish stuff going on, petty stuff going on. Just try to mind your business. But you know what? If you guys like drama, you're gonna love it. All right, number 3. Let's see. You do need at least one person that you trust or can call your friend. That is true. So when I first started, like I said, I'm very reserved. So, I was keeping to myself, but there were some people new like me, and we had to kind of click together to kind of make it through. Because like I said, people were eating their young, and if you didn't have anyone you knew, you were just gonna go straight into depression or something. So you do need at least one person. If you don't want to have that many friends and you don't want to make friends at work, I get it, because I understand, I agree. You're not there to make friends, you're there to work. But at the same time, you do need people. You need someone who you can call in a room when you need a co-signature that's not gonna, get upset and be like, I'm too busy. Or, you just need that extra person when you have a dumb question. You can go talk to them and they might be able to, answer without looking at you like that was a dumb question, stuff like that. You always need that one person, because I've had times when, I needed someone to come help me get a patient out of the bathroom because my tech was busy. And you can't just ask any nurse. You can try, but they're gonna give you attitude. They're gonna be like, I'm busy, or can you wait, and stuff like that. So you need one person, at least one person, if not more than one, but just one person, just to be friends with. Trust me. Okay, number 4, it says, no matter how nice or professional you are, you're gonna have doctors who are gonna go off on you, guys. That is 100% true. Let me tell you why. I have not talked to one nurse who has said, oh, I've never had a doctor talk to me rude or go off on me. Now, the times I've had doctors, because I work night shift, I've had doctors go off on me, but not that many. But the ones I've had usually is at nighttime. So, there are times when you have the on-call, like physician assistant, and you can call them. But there are other times when she tells you or he tells you to call the main, physician. And this could be at 2 o'clock in the morning, guys. So first of all, I never liked it. But then what's happening at that time is you're waking up a physician. So of course they're gonna get mad at you. And I've actually had a physician fall asleep on me while I was talking, and I felt so bad. And I was confused, like, do I hang up or do I have him call me back? I don't know what to do. So I eventually hung up and he had to call me back. But that's just to say that you are bothering these people while they're sleeping. I think they're still on call, but doesn't mean that they're not sleeping and tired. But I've had people call me, not call me. I've had people yell at me because I asked them for an order for something, and they're like mad because they don't think it's as urgent. And let me tell you the best advice I have. Don't raise your voice. Don't go off on anybody. Just keep quiet. Let them get their frustration out. It's not gonna take that long. I know some of you are gonna disagree with this, but it's always worked for me. I just keep quiet, and then when they're done, they just say, okay, here, put this order in and leave me alone. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I didn't need all of that. There's only one time I did go off on a physician because he tried to blame something on me and I wasn't having it. And this particular physician had yelled at me before, so I was kind of prepared. But other than that, I wouldn't advise going off, because they always end up, if you go off on them, they end up calling the house supervisor and charge nurse and all that stuff that you just don't need. So I would just suggest keeping quiet, making them think about what they just did, and then feel bad on their own. Okay, see if it works, hopefully. Anyways, next thing, number 5 says there are competitive nurses, and it seems like their sole purpose is to make you feel like they're better than you or they know better. Yes, I have experienced this. Now, all of this is, as a new nurse coming into bedside nursing. Over time, you're gonna know these people, especially if you've been on the same floor for a year or more. You're gonna know them, and they're gonna know not to mess with you. But starting off, you are gonna have those nurses that, some of them are like, you've been there a year and they just got out of nursing school and they come in here trying to act like they know better than you. And you're like, even if you did, you're just overly confident, and it's making me feel like you don't. Like, there are some people who actually need to feel like they're confident, but they really aren't. So you're gonna get those kind of people. And I don't know what advice I can give you with that. Just know what you know. Don't try to, reciprocate and do the same thing and try to start, acting like, oh, I know better. It's kind of weird, especially when you're in front of patients and you have one nurse trying to, act like they know better than you in front of the patient while you're giving reports and stuff like that. And it ends up being weird. Nurses, we're supposed to work together. It doesn't always happen like that, guys. So you're gonna have competition. It is what it is. It's kind of expected. It's human nature. It's no different in nursing. You're gonna have those people. Just know what you know, and let it show through your action. You don't really have to have words, and you don't really have to put other people down to show that you're confident. Just do your job very proficiently and go home. Don't call attention to it, because the good job you do will call attention to itself, or your patients will tell your managers or other nurses about the good things you've. That's what I've experienced. You don't have to say nothing. People will say the good things you've done. Stop trying to prove that you're better than someone and trying to put them down. Whatever. That's that. Number 6, it says you probably know, that goes together. You probably know more than you think, but it's best not to come off as overconfident. And it's true. You probably do know a lot, especially for those who have been, they've been working in the hospitals as, CNAs or whatever the case is. You probably know, or you're just smart, and during your clinicals when you were in nursing school, you were great. Cool. Like I said, let your actions speak louder than your words, please, okay? No one likes anyone that's overly confident. It's gonna bite you in the butt, so keep it. Anyways, number 7, guys. What does it say? Oh, you're gonna encounter those patients who are very, very rude, guys, and unappreciative. Gonna think that you're their maid. There are lots of patients that come in the hospital and they just feel, you start wondering, like, do you live on the street, or what's your home situation? Because when you come here, it's not like you realize you're here for medical attention. You act like you're here for special treatment, as far as like getting special meals and getting someone to scratch your back and, feed you your meals and give you your bath and give you a blanket, cover your feet. I mean, all these little things you would do as a nurse. You don't have a problem doing that. I don't have a problem doing all these little things. But there are certain patients that when they come into the hospital, doesn't matter if they're bleeding from a wound, or they have a huge abscess in their leg, or their butt has a hole in it, whatever the case is, you can tell when they think they're here in a hotel, like a 5-star hotel, to get luxury, treatment. Because then they come in and they're like, oh, literally 5 minutes into the room, is the cafeteria open? Okay, fine, you might be hungry. But then when that happens, oh, can I get a warm blanket? That's fine. Get me, I'm like the sweetest person, so I get all these little things. But then you start realizing, like, while I'm asking you questions for your admission paperwork, you're over here telling me that, what is it? I don't even know. I can't really give you scenarios right off the top of my head, but you're gonna have those people. And then not just that, where they think they're, they need special treatment. Fine, you can get your special treatment. But there are people who are rude, very, very rude. And they really think that you are there. This is gonna sound weird, but they feel like you're there just to give them whatever they need. It's not like we're not there for them. We are there for these patients, but it's frustrating, guys. You have people who just, Oh, you know what the worst part is? Let me give you a scenario. So let's say you have a patient, 50s or something, that comes in, walks to the bed, walks from the gurney or whatever, and walks to the bed. And then throughout their hospital stay, they can't use their hands, they can't feed themselves, or they can't walk to the bathroom, so they have to poop on the bed and you have to come and clean them. At first I was not getting it, but then later on I started thinking, or when a nurse would ask the patient, how do you do this at home by yourself? Or you ask them, hey, do you live by yourself? And they are like, yeah. And then you start asking, so how do you do all this stuff by yourself? Then they're just like, I don't know, I just do. So then you start thinking, so what's happening here? Like when you come to the hospital, everything just stops working. I've seen this tons of times, guys. Like, this is not to say that, when you're sick, you're weaker, you need more help, but you can't clean your butt. And then not to even say that when we're cleaning your butt because you pooped in the bed, you start yelling at us because we're rough. I mean, guys, please don't be rough on your patients, but you can clean your own butt. Okay, let's not get into that. You're just gonna get those patients, guys. You're gonna get those patients. Okay, then this also goes with number 8. You're gonna have the sweetest people. You're gonna meet the sweetest people on the planet, and you just feel so bad for them because sometimes they're the sickest people, but they're the nicest people. I've had people who were so sick, but they still just focused on me and were like, can I pray for you? You are so gentle, you're so caring, and you are God's angel. And I'm just like, oh my God, you don't even have enough breath to talk. Like, you know, you can just tell these people. And there are people who have given me cards when, after being at discharge, 2 weeks later, I get a card from them, or I get a gift card from them and stuff like that. And they're just so appreciative. My best thing is when I have those patients that I didn't do much for, like, not that I didn't do much for, but the things I did were so minimal, but they appreciate it so much. And you have those nurses that, I'm, you know, I can do this, I can do that, but it's the little things. Or some of them are like, oh, you're so like calming, and your voice was so, you know, this and that. Or the best thing I had was, oh, you always came in there with a smile, and you were always so positive. And I'm just like, wow, you know, I kind of thought that was what nurses were supposed to be, but apparently not everyone is like that. So people appreciate the little things, and don't let that get lost while you're trying to be the best nurse that you can be. Don't let the little things disappear. You can still be great with your IV skills and your CPR, ACLS, and all those extra skills and blah, blah, blah. Great, but the tiny things such as smiling in your patient's room or giving them a few minutes to talk about their concerns, those things matter. Those things matter. And you can always tell. There are lots of patients that, you know, appreciate those little things, and they're just the sweetest guys. You're gonna have the sweetest patients, and then you're gonna have the horrible patients, but it is what it is. Patients are patients. All right, number 9. This says if you ever have a code, like a code blue or a code stroke or code anything, and you're the primary nurse, guys, if this is your first code, because for me, when I had my first code, I was thinking straight run. This was like a code blue. I was thinking straight go CPR and start doing all this and that. Well, yeah, you're gonna be the one starting CPR because you're the one in there with the patient usually, unless someone else sees your patient. But they're gonna ask you, you're gonna be the one answering all the questions. So if you're over here doing CPR and you're having to try to talk, or you're having to try to think, it's gonna be difficult. So it's good to expect or know that if you have a patient that's coded and you're the primary nurse, they're gonna ask you what happened, which doesn't mean that they're trying to ask you that, oh, did you do something? It's gonna feel like that, because it felt like that for me. It was like, I didn't do anything to make this patient code. They just coded, but they just want to know. They want to know if they have something recently that they can reverse, whatever. Then they're going to ask you about their recent labs. It doesn't matter what time it is. If you just got on shift, it doesn't matter if you have looked at labs. They're going to ask you what the labs are. And in the middle of a code, you don't want to be logging into the computer thinking, I mean, you're going to end up having to do that because nobody just sits there with lab results on their mind, unless you just recently looked at it. But they're going to ask you, what was the last potassium? And it's going to be like, think quick off the top of your head. What was the blah, blah, blah? Who is their nephrologist, or who's the cardiologist? And you're just like, oh my God, I don't know. Probably start crying, because I think I almost started crying the first code I had. And it's just chaotic. A code is going to be chaotic. Doesn't matter how prepared the floor is, it's just going to be chaotic. Especially when it's your first code, forget it. Don't even expect the best. It's not going to go smoothly. But it's important for you guys to know that they're going to ask you all the questions. I mean, you have a physician there, you have all the nurses there, respiratory therapist, you have physician assistant, NPs, all these people, but they're gonna ask, where's the primary nurse? Who's the primary nurse? And you're gonna be like, me, and then boom, all the questions. And you're gonna be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It's okay. That first code, it's all right. Just get through it. Handle it like a champ. Hopefully that patient survives and you never have a code again. Or if you do, you know exactly what to expect, guys. I have some good faith in you guys. And number 10, it says nursing. No, not nursing. Bedside nursing will either make you or break you. Yes, that is the truth. It all depends. It just all depends on who you are. Some people, and I guess it also depends on the floor you work on. Some people thrive in certain environments, while others it just takes them down a dark path. And for me, that was bedside nursing. Or maybe it was the floor I was on, I don't know. All I know is I don't know how I survived for the amount of years that I did. I just kept watching people who loved it and would come to work on their days off and would come to work on their birthdays and love working holidays and were just there so many, like every day. They would always pick up extra shifts and I just did not. I was just not that person picking up the extra shift. I mean, I know how it sucked when we're all, understaffed, but it just drained me to have to be there. And I was not understanding why. At first it felt like I hated nursing. I was like, oh my God, I hate nursing. But it took me a while to realize, it's bedside nursing. It's not just nursing in general, it's bedside nursing. So it's either gonna make you or break you. And the earlier you find out if it's for you or not, the better for you. Because some people have been bedside nursing for a year or some months and they quit nursing altogether just because, they feel it's not for them and they went into depression. No, I think you got to figure out bedside nursing, yes or no. And if no, so many other options. Like I said, for me, right now, it's home health. For some people, it's, doctor's offices or it's, whatever. It could be clinics or something. There's always something out there. Trust me, if you went to nursing school, you passed your NCLEX, you're good. You didn't go into the wrong profession. You can always find something else. And I've seen on YouTube here, there's so many options for people who don't want bedside nursing or home health. Lots of options. So I would say, don't give up. If you are one of those that, you've been struggling with bedside nursing, it's probably time to get out because it could make you hate nursing and make you think you're in the wrong profession, but don't give up. Hear it from someone who has had a hard time with nursing the whole 4 years. Okay, maybe not, but you get what I'm trying to say. It can make you or break you, so it's your choice, guys. Try to figure out early on if bedside nursing is for you or not. And those are my 10 tips of what to expect from bedside nursing, guys. Hope that was kind of helpful to some of you if you had any questions or you didn't know what to go into or what you were going into. That gives you a little bit of an insight. Later on, I'll talk about, home health versus bedside nursing, tell you guys what I like about, the two pros and cons. But for now, just wanted to leave that with you guys. Hope you enjoyed watching my channel and I will see you guys later.